I am Philip Limpa from APEC Virtual Selling, where we help companies sell more SaaS by leveraging modern virtual selling strategies. The content that we produce at APEC Virtual Selling is both tips that can be quickly implemented by sales professionals who want to engage in virtual selling, as well as more strategic content. So today, this will be more about strategy. We're going to discuss how to find partners to help grow your business. If this topic is of interest to you, please make sure to also check out another video that we will do on a framework on how to evaluate partners. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video so we can reach more SaaS sales professionals. So let's start by defining what partners are in the context of a SaaS business. So partners are essentially companies that help you sell, help you generate revenue. Now, how they help you can differ greatly. Really on a spectrum, it can be from them doing all the selling for you, and sometimes you even not knowing that they do it, just basically getting an order document for you. Or on the other end of the spectrum, companies that might just give you a relatively cold lead that then you need to qualify and run through your sales cycle, hoping to close it. So what kind of partners are available to SaaS companies? Based on my experience, I put them in a couple of categories that I have available on my cheat sheet in front of me. But if there is a category that I don't talk about, that you've had success in your SaaS business, definitely drop a comment and let me know what that is. So the first category is resellers. So this is quite a simple concept. So these are companies that help you resell your software with a margin on top. Second category is services partners. So these are partners who make money by providing services around your software. So they can help your customers implement your software, or let's say provide ongoing support for your software. Typically, the companies that are services partners in the SaaS world, they have the ability to resell the software as well. Next, we have ecosystem partners, and these are typically available to larger SaaS companies that have more mature, more developed products. So what these are essentially are companies that develop software specifically to work with your piece of SaaS. So for instance, if you have financial software, a company, a partner, ecosystem partner could have a product that provides e-signature that is specific to your financial software, works with it very well, etc. The last category is non-competitive complementary partners. And what that is essentially companies that provide functionality that is different from yours, but there isn't really a competitive threat. So an example would be, I used to work in the HR software space, and there was a company specializing in selling tests for interviewees to solve as part of the interview process. Or there was a company that would sell learning content. So those kind of things was not something that we provided or had in our roadmap we're interested in. So there was quite a good fit there in terms of being able to work together, in terms of providing a more of a, I guess, product to the customer and support each other, again, without any competitive conflict of interest. Let's have a look into how to find these different kinds of partners so you can grow your SaaS business. So we'll start with some general tips on finding partners, and then we'll look at specific tips for each different category of partners. So some general tips on how to get started, how to find new partners is definitely, and this probably is quite obvious, to talk to your network, see what people, trusted people in your network, what they recommend. Talk to your customers and see, what kind of companies they work with that is related to your software. Talk to your existing partners, and this is especially useful if you're looking at a different market, expanding into a different market. They might have some footprint there, or they might be able to recommend some companies there, sister companies, so to speak. And also, do your research, try Google and all of that, although this is probably quite obvious. For companies that are resellers, potential resellers of your SaaS, look at companies that are already reselling your SaaS in different markets. Talk to them. Also, look at companies who are reselling either a competitive product or a similar product, and maybe have a chat with them. Again, you have to be careful in evaluating that, but that is a good way to get things started. Now, in terms of companies that are those services partners, what I just mentioned for the resellers, that applies. And also, one idea is to look at companies in the market that provide services that are related to your space. So, for example, to use that HR software example again, look at companies potentially that are providing, let's say, HR transformation services to customers or recruiting services to customers, and see whether they are implementing any software and whether that is something that they would have the knowledge to do and the capacity, and whether that's something that would be interested in. Now, with the ecosystem partners, what we're going to talk about here is companies that can potentially enter that ecosystem of yours and help you sell that aren't doing that just yet. So a good idea there is to look at companies that have a product that is highly desirable, that sells well in the market, that might not work with you just yet, and basically get in touch with them and evaluate how difficult would it be to work together. Oftentimes that is just a matter of them building the right connector to work with your software so they can be part of your ecosystem very easily. With non-competitive complementary partners, the best thing to do is to talk to your customers and see what kind of software or services they purchase either before or after they purchase from you. So an example would be if you are selling warehouse management software, you might find yourself in a situation where a lot of your customers, they're also buying shipping integration software. So you might want to get in touch with companies like that to see how you can work together. As always, I hope this was helpful. Now, I do realize that a topic like this, it's very hard to cover in depth in a video that's about 10 minutes long. So if this is something that you would like to discuss and get help with in more depth, definitely get in touch with us. Also, if this video was useful to you, make sure to check out our other video where we discuss a framework that we use to evaluate partners.